Well, coming up next are some of our favorite rock formations here at the boat company. If you go off to the right hand, Wisconsin cliff line. You follow the cliff line out of the water and up to that first or corner point of rock before the bay. you're going to be able to see the shape of the lion's head. Now there's a big green bush that's actually growing right up over the top of his head there. You're going to be able to see a cut for the eye, a point for the nose. His mouth extends open towards the water. His chin today is about 5.5 feet up from the water's edge. He's a happy old lion, even has a dimple on his cheek. That's the lion's head there on the first or corner point of rock before the bay. Now the lion's head is quite easy to find as we continue to go upstream. The next one is going to become the elephant's head that you're going to see. If you go up to what becomes the third or tallest point of rock there, just before the bay, you should be able to see the shape of the elephant's head. The top of the rock will become the hump of his head. His trunk extends down towards the water. Cut for the eye and a large stone outline for his ear. That's the elephant's head on the tallest point of rock before the bay. Count back 3 points, still can see the lion's head just off to the right of the pilot house. You found those two, you're going to be looking for the Turks Head with a turban. Go to the tallest point of rock within the bay where the rusty colored lichen is growing. Go all the way up to the top of that rock. Come down 5 feet. You'll see an ovalish shaped rock that forms his turban. You'll see moss in the area of the eye, a point for the nose. If you look closely, you'll see a little goatee and a handlebar mustache. The Turks Head with a turban inside the bay just up from the rusty colored lichen.
It's over this way. Oh, it's over here.
If you look in front of the boat there, you'll see some steel tan colored railings in the Minnesota side of the river. Just behind those steel railings is the world's largest collection of above ground glacial gardens or potholes. These were formed during the Ice Age when this was the main drainage point to the Lake Superior Basin. At that time, Lake Superior was blocked near Sault Ste. Marie with a giant ice flow. This forced most of the water that was receding out of Lake Superior at that time down through the St. Croix River Basin here. The water here was over 200 feet higher than what you see today. It would come down around this corner, form whirlpools. These whirlpools would pick up large stones called grinders and drill the deep holes into the rock basalt. Some of them being 20 feet wide and over 60 feet deep. Well worth your time and effort after a trip today to take a walk up through the park. I must caution those of you in front of the pilot house here. We need to blow the horn one more time for the corner.
All right.
Now the rock that's just off to the front left hand of the boat is called Shadow Rock. Now you can see the average high water mark on Shadow Rock there. It's marked by the bottom of the green colored lichen there. Normally we reach that high water mark in early to mid-April. This year, due to our late winter, we actually never quite made it all the way up to that mark. We go around Angle Rock here, which now is in front of the boat. You can see how sharply it has been cut by the water's edge. As we go around Angle Rock, if you look high up to the outside edge, you're going to be able to see the 3 points which form the witch's face. Just starting to come into view now. The top is her bonnet, the second her nose, and the third her chin. So witch's face, high up on the outside edge of Angle Rock. Today, she's clad all in green. So witch's face. Now coming up next is the best of them all. It's the most famous. It's the world famous Old Man of the Dells. If you look in front of the boat, high up on the right-hand Wisconsin cliff line, almost directly in front of us, you should be able to see him. The top of the cliff is actually the top of his head. You'll see his bushy eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, the well-defined chin. He was written up in the book, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and said to be the best, perfectly formed, all-natural stone face in the world. That's the Old Man of the Dells. We think he looks a little bit like George Washington without his false teeth down here at the boat company. Whoever wrote this speech, they liked old George. Now, if you've come to the two towns of Taylor's Falls and St. Croix Falls, actually looking for the falls, well, you need not look any further. There are no falls here in the two towns. They were covered up back in 1900 when NSP built their hydroelectric dam a little over a mile upstream from us here today. This covered up a very heavy set of step rapids for which the two towns did receive their names. The only set that is remaining is just beneath the bridge. Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our dock here today. It will take us just a moment. Once we get next to the dock to get the boat tied up and secured, please bear with us. We'll let you know when it's safe to disembark.